Wallhanger TV is brought to you by Elite Archery, Respect the Game, Reconics, See What You've Been Missing, Dead Downwind, It's Not Just Luck, Antler King, Bigger Bucks, Healthier Deer, Gator Track Boats, making waves where the competition can't, Mossy Oak, It's Not a Passion, It's an Obsession, Scott Archery, everyone's #1, Ozonics, In the Field Ozone Generator, Ammo2Go.com, your one-stop shop for all your ammo needs. Previously on Wallhanger.
Y'all busy today?
We always busy this time of year.
Nene sent me up here. He needs another airboat built.
What do you know, man? The farm needs another airboat. I thought we had enough airboats.
Chad was pressed for time.
Dana just come in and told me that the farm needs another airboat for egg collection. Gives us about a 2-week deadline.
With all hands on deck at the boat shop.
First guy I get with is old Jeff.
All right, we'll make that happen, boss.
Jeff is the make it happen man.
Chad and the guys finished the boat a few days early, just as Ted and Robert landed in Africa at Bushman Safaris. Robert wasted no time and zipped an arrow through a top 5 SCI water buck and a fine-looking Impala.
Look at the tips on this joker. Holy cow.
It's midsummer down in the Louisiana swamp, and tomorrow Chad and Dana, along with the rest of the team, start egg collection. There's about a 2-week window when the time is right to collect eggs. Timing is key. If the farmers are too late, it could be disastrous.
Oh,
What's up, cuz?
gonna get her done or what?
Don't we always? Yeah, we trying, man. We got several boats are still down, but ain't nothing big. Just work and try to get her done. But yeah, we'll get it, pal.
I had like an hour to spare, huh?
About an hour, maybe, if we're lucky.
Well, I thought he had enough to begin with. I didn't think we needed a whole nother rig, but it is what it is, I guess. Maybe that's for the ones we're gonna blow up.
Maybe that's the ones for the ones that's gonna blow up.
Replacement model.
Probably so. Oh, boat turned out nice though, y'all built.
Yeah, we about got it figured out now.
Well, you built a couple of them, you should.
Man, egg collection is all about time, and it's got to be right because a lot goes into the opening day when we hit the water. A lot of people are involved. So what we usually do, we've looked over the past and we can tell pretty close within a few days of when it usually is going to be, looking at the weather. But we'll actually send a boat out scouting about a week and a half before, kind of testing the water, seeing what the gators are looking for so we can hit it right when we need to hit it right.
Alligator nests are spotted and mapped on GPS by helicopter. The GPS information is then transferred onto paper maps to be distributed to airboat drivers.
First things first, the helicopters usually get in the air before the boats get on the water. That usually gives them a couple days to get ahead of 6 or 7 boats.
Man, we put about 8 airboats out in the marsh, and the reason that is we've got a pretty small window, really only a couple weeks, that it's all day, every day, and we're trying to get the quota that the state allows us to have.
The Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries manages the American alligator as a commercial, renewable natural resource. The goals are to manage and conserve Louisiana's alligators as part of the state's wetland ecosystem, providing benefits to the species and its habitat. The management program provides direct economic benefit to protect the alligator and to protect, maintain, while also enhancing the gator's wetland habitats.
Man, the state of Louisiana has really got the program down to a science. They require us to actually put back a certain percentage of these gators back into the wild, which what it actually does, it increases the population within a year or two, 7-8 times the natural survival rate.
Egg collection is well underway as the crew had hit the swamps just after daylight. Chad and Dana had already successfully collected several eggs smoothly. Removing the eggs from the nest can be very easy at times, but taking them from a very protective mama gator can be highly dangerous.
Oh!
It's like a game of roulette. You never know how far one will go to protect their young. The eggs are gently taken, counted, marked, and placed in a container filled with grass from the nest. Some nests contain as many as 40 eggs. Each egg is marked on the top so that they can be placed in a container just as they were in the nest. If an egg is turned, it may not hatch.
Man, it can be dangerous out in the wild doing this. Oh! It's really all in how you handle the situations. What was that? Bull, this is Chad. Got a little issue.
There are 2 belts on that water pump or 1?
This segment has been brought to you by G5, designed to hunt, and by Advanced Tree Stands, engineered to advance your game. This segment is brought to you by Halo Rangefinders from Wild Game Innovations, never miss, and by Black Rack Rattling System, twice the sound with twice the rack, only from Flexstone.
Man, it can be dangerous out in the wild doing this. You got to worry about Mother Nature and storms coming up. You've got to obviously worry about the alligators. And one thing that's always going on is you have to worry about your equipment. It's really all in how you handle the situations because they're going to come up. What was that? Man, when I heard that noise, I knew it wasn't good. I didn't know what was wrong, but I figured we wasn't going anywhere for a while. Busted a bolt off.
Stranded deep in the swamps, Chad knows that he must find a way to rig the boat to get them back to land, or hope that he can reach someone on the phone to come help.
Hey, Bull, this is Chad. Got a little issue out here.
Well, all I know is Chad better figure out how to get us out of here because it's hot and I do not plan on spending the night in the boat.
Definitely sheared that pin on the alternator. But what I need to find out is whether we can just take that belt completely off and maybe not kill the engine to keep working, or whether we're gonna have to get out of here. But it sheared it off, so it's up in that alternator is the problem.
After being stranded for a couple hours out in the middle of the swamp, Chad finally got in contact with Bull.
Good old Bull, man. This ain't the first time he saved my butt out of the swamp. And he literally is a one-man wrecking crew when it comes to egg collection. He is literally out there keeping all these airboats up and running. He's even keeping the trucks up and running. This dude has got a gift for engines and motors and anything mechanical, and I was very glad to see him.
Man, was I glad to see Bull. I knew for sure the boat would get fixed because we still had a lot of work to do before dark.
After looking over the boat, Bull was set on figuring out a way to get Chad and Dana back up and running.
There are 2 belts on that water pump or 1? Good. I can just pull the belt off of it and run back to landing without all that. Here, don't drop it.
Sometimes you definitely just got to do whatever it takes to get out of the swamp, and at this point we are definitely Lizard Creeking this thing. We're going to ride Bull's alternator off his motor. He's going to graciously give us his so we can keep working.
Bull turned out to be the hero for Chad and Dana. They were able to get the boat back in working order and were off to finish up their collecting before nightfall.
I've been in this town a day too long. If I don't leave now, babe, things are gonna start going wrong. Been in this town a day too long. Down to Baton Rouge, but the road I take, it ain't mine to choose. There's an aching in my soul and a rattling in my bones. Oh darling babe, I wanna go home.
Wallhanger TV is brought to you by the Buck Bomb. The Buck Bomb is a revolutionary scent dispersal system derived from natural, fresh ingredients. Spray it in short bursts or lock down the 5-ounce can for maximum coverage. Buck Bomb blows away traditional scents and attractants. This segment is brought to you by Hunter Safety System. Saving lives is what we do. And by The Sportsman's Guide, the largest supply of name brand hunting gear at closeout prices. Back in Africa, Robert and Ted are 1,000,000 miles away from a gator nest or a broke-down boat in the middle of the swamp, but are still in a dilemma of their own. On this particular hunt, Ted was after a certain trophy eland which had came to the waterhole but offered no shot due to the herd of wildebeest. The bull had escaped into the shadows, leaving Ted with an uneasy feeling that he may have missed his opportunity. Moments later, another eland approaches, but it's not the mature one that Ted was looking for. So, Ted has decided to switch with Robert.
Robert's on full draw on this eland, which is going to be his first eland, ready to touch the trigger off, and Ted shuts him down, calls him off.
Wait.
What kind of hunting partner is that?
You see the other one coming? The bigger one's right here.
Man, if this was whitetails, I know Robert, and he would have pulled the trigger.
I hit him back.
Man, when it was all said and done, even though Robert got called off, it was for a good cause, man. Ted got the eland he'd been after. It had to be a great hunt to be there with your buddy and see that happen.
That was a hell of a deal. Oh man, South Africa Bushman safaris. We've been hunting this eland. Almost had a shot. These wildebeest came in, kind of messed the deal up. Only a couple animals I wanted to shoot when I came in, that was one of them. He is gorgeous. Came straight in, faced us, had to wait till he turned, started going away. I think I made a good shot. Man, I'm so excited. What a beautiful animal.
First stood there. There you are, my friend. Another good shot.
I'll tell you, this place is phenomenal.
What the buck, now the eland.
Look at the size of this body. Oh my goodness. And these horns, these big spirals, big sweep forward. What a gorgeous animal. I've hunted here.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thanks, man. I've been to Africa several times and this guy's always been on my list, and this was the first opportunity I really had at one, and I couldn't be more happy. Nick, I really appreciate you guys here.
Summer wore on down in Lizard Creek as Chad and Dana were swallowed up with all the duties between the farm and shop. It seemed that the summer had somewhat slipped away, but that meant one thing to Chad and Dana. Their work schedule was almost complete.
Now, we both enjoy egg collection, but when it's over, we're glad to see it go.
Man, egg collection is nothing but hard work. I mean, I think it does the body good, but man, it takes a while to get over it. Problem is, we don't really have a lot of time. I mean, our summers are crazy busy. You know, and Dana and I, as soon as we're finished with egg collection, we've got to up and hit the road. And
because we still have trade shows to attend, and even just preparing for our deer season in the fall. There's no doubt we work our butts off all summer to take off all winter.
It's definitely a tight schedule to try to fit everything into.
It was now August, and they were attending a hunting trade show in South Carolina. What they thought would be a normal, fun, meet new people kind of trip quickly took a turn for the worst.
Man, this particular show, we're going to South Carolina, and we love trade shows, man. We love getting out and talking to some consumers and talking to viewers and fans, and just really getting out there, getting to share, you know, hunting stories with each other and look at pictures. And it really means a lot to us to get to actually connect with the people we're at. And we're having a great trip. It was like a 3-day show. We're about a day and a half into it. We get word from home that there's a storm kind of brewing up south of Florida that might be heading to the house, and it did nothing but get worse for us. We just got in from our first evening at the show, at the Sportsman Show in South Carolina. We're really nervous. Got to check the weather on that storm. Isaac is coming in. See if we got to beat that thing home to prepare everything and see how much it's going to mess up gator season.
Hurricane Isaac developed from a tropical wave strengthening into a tropical storm. While passing over Hispaniola and Cuba, killing 29 people, this storm had entered the Gulf of Mexico.
And there was no doubt this is a serious storm. We've got to get home like now.
We had to leave a little bit early today because of Hurricane Isaac, so we are trying to get home and fill gas cans and kind of prepare for the worst. Probably not going to be trapping alligators starting Wednesday, but the main thing is just trying to get home and get prepared in case it gets pretty bad.
Man, there's a lot on our plate right now, and I'm really worried about this storm, mainly because, I mean, for starters, it could really impact our home and the farm and all that, but not only that, it could push back wild gator season, which is a big part of what we do, and that's going to push back into our New Mexico elk hunt. There's a lot riding on this storm, but I mean, for right now, we just got to worry about getting home.
Preparing for the worst, Chad and Dana made it back home, stocked up on some food, filled up with gas cans, and got the generator in place. Isaac had now reached hurricane strength and was still on track for Lizard Creek. Crossbows have extended hunter seasons nationwide, and Barnett has been at the forefront of crossbow technology, coming out with new, innovative crossbows like the Ghost 410, the fastest crossbow that Barnett has ever made, and the Buck Commander Extreme, ultralight, weighing just 7.1 pounds. Barnett crossbow, faster, stronger, lighter, every year for over 50 years. This segment is brought to you by the amazing Luminoc. Light 'em up with Luminoc and always know where your arrow hits.
You know, there's no doubt when you live in South Louisiana, you learn really fast how to prepare for a hurricane, whether it's stocking up on groceries, making sure your generator's running, having plenty of gas, because you never know if you're going to be out of power for a day, a week, or even a month.
And one thing about hurricanes in South Louisiana, you get used to them, and you learn that for the first day or so, you just gotta hold up in your house and ride it out, get your generators and stuff ready.
Rainfall, some of our areas received anywhere between 12 and 16 inches of rain in the state.
I did not know if it was ever gonna quit raining.
Isaac had finally came to a closure, dumping more rain than Hurricane Katrina. The rising waters from Isaac forced thousands of evacuations, catching many by surprise. Homes were caught in major flash flood conditions, and up to half the state of Louisiana was left powerless the next day.
Well, it's the day after the storm. We're just getting out, assessing some damage. We're actually going to get my brother and them. They're fixing to break a dam just north of their house. It's probably going to flood where they're at. There's a lot of high water, a lot of water in houses. Our house is okay. Today is actually open day of gator season, but they pushed that back. So we just hope we keep everybody safe and keep them out the water for the time being. So for the most part, everybody's safe, but we're just hoping this water goes down before it gets much worse. The storm had finally cleared out. The good news, everybody was all right. A lot of power loss and some flood damage and some neighbors and stuff, but all in all, things are safe. But there's no doubt with all this water, wild season has definitely been put off.
Next time on Wallhanger, floodwater levels fall.
And there's nothing we can do about starting late. We've got one goal, that's to get tagged out and get on our elk hunt.
Deadlines are met, and the crew races to New Mexico just in time for their hunt.
Hey, did you hear that? That sounded like a bull, Daniel.
Right here. Chad gets his chance at his first bull elk. And how close is too close?
He's right here, and my bow is fully drawn right here.
All of this next week on Wallhanger TV.
Lights out, man, he's done.
Wallhanger TV has been brought to you by Elite Archery, Respect the Game, Reconics, See What You've Been Missing, Dead Downwind, It's Not Just Luck, Antler King, Bigger Bucks, Healthier Deer, Gator Track Boats, making waves where the competition can't. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Scott Archery, everyone's #1. Ozonics, in the field ozone generator. Ammo2go.com, your one-stop shop for all your ammo needs. And these fine sponsors: